Hey, 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 it's your boy Matt. Yes. And I'm back at it again with a wrap up of my 2023 albums and EPs and music that I discovered and I liked and didn't like over the year. And this video, we're going to talk about the 10 albums that I thought were not the best, least favorite, maybe a little bit on the worst side, but overall just albums that were just not that great. So, yeah, let's get into this little wrap up. Yeah, so the first album we have here is with the band Carry the Torch with their album Delusion. Um, it's death metal. It's hard-hitting death metal. One thing I did like about this was the bass on the song on most of the songs, pretty nice, very noticeable. But the one thing is, it's not a bad album. It's just really long and it's really hard to get through just because a lot of the songs repeat themselves and it's kind of just a bit of a chore. I feel like it's just tough to get through because it's long. And I feel like the album would be better if it was tightened and cut down a bit on some of the tracks. So yeah. Uh, and I discovered this band because of Lamb Goat and everything. Saw that they put out a new music. I've talked to the lead singer a little bit. He's told me he suggested songs and stuff like that. They seem like really cool guys. So I hope to meet them one day and hang out with them. Next, we have the album Sentience from the band Monosphere out from Mainz, Germany. Entschuldigung, ich sprechen Sie kleine Deutsch. My German is not the best. I forgot a lot of it. Uh, this band hit me up for a review. I did a reaction to them. Been meaning to hit them up for an album review and everything. And it's a one thing. It's a long album with a lot of inconsistencies. I feel like they mashed too many genres in one album. And like some songs are 8 minutes long, songs are 3 minutes long. It's a 15 track out. No, not 15. It's like 12 plus tracks. It's a long album that overall by the end of it, it just feels like a hassle to listen to even though there is one really good song, but like it's just really tough to get through. But next we have here the Little Uzi Vert album Pink Tape, which I just checked it out because it was like one of the most talked about albums of the year, and I'm doing these reviews, so gotta check out what's really hot. And I would say it's a fun album for sure, but it's played with redundancies, ad libs, and songs that are just really unnecessary that just run the runtime up. Um, it's something you can put on the background and just enjoy, but I don't think you're listening to like really take in and really enjoy. It's just if you think it is just simply fun music, I think you're a-okay and there's no problem. Next, we have this album Pretty Ugly from my boy Danny out from Brownsville, San Antonio. It's funny that I put him on my worst album list because he's one of my favorite artists that I discovered. Yeah, one of my favorite songs I listened to. But this is one of my first reviews and everything. And I would say it's a diamond in the rough in terms because mostly it's a production problem. I think his content is really good. He has a lot of heart and passion in what he talks about. And he's doing a lot of it DIY stuff. And I think it's not good or bad, but like the production of what he's making, some of the beats he's making, and some of the mixing is not the best. And some of the choices of how he wants to present himself, I like that he experiments a lot. It just feels like some of his experiments fail more than others. But I like that I can be really honest with him, and he enjoys my criticism, good or bad. So keep doing you, Danny. I'm gonna support you, um, and always be honest with you. And I'm really looking forward to your other stuff. Here we have the band Ashen with the album Ritual out from I think Perth, Australia. I just randomly picked them off of like what song albums were releasing in 2023. And to me, like if you like death metal, cool. It's pretty standard, generic death metal. Um, it's nothing too bad. I remember there was one song that kind of stuck out to me, but I don't really remember much about it. But yeah, nothing was too amazing about it. It's really hard to remember this album. I just remember it being just death metal album. Whoop, whoop. Here we have the For the Fallen Dreams self-titled album. This one hurt a lot because I really like For the Fallen Dreams. I discovered them in university with their album Changes. That's when I started going to shows back in like '07, '08. And I was like, this band rocks, the heaviest band ever. And they had a lot of changes. Well, not changes, but as they say, they evolved over time, which I was fine with a lot of their stuff. And even their last album, Six, that just came out, the one before this, very it felt like they were going back to their old style, but adding a lot to it, and it sounded good. While this one, they just changed it too much and just really jumped the shark in terms of just trying to be more radio friendly rock. And to me, it just was just disappointing and just not the best and just bland and boring and safe kind of music. But I mean, they are older. They want to change it up and do something different. More power to them. But it just sucks that like they're just so different from what they first came out. And I really love their early material. Here we have Hoodlum with his album Southside Story. There's like only one track here that's really good, but it's only good because of a Paul Wall feature that I thought was really nice. But it's just filled with it seems like a lot of lazy performances, bad production choices, boring content, and it's just overall not a good album. And hopefully the San Antonio scene won't get mad at me, but it just wasn't a great album. And the thing that got me a lot of it was just like his way he's talking. He's like, he just that's not mumbling. It's just like, I can't hear you like half the time it feels like. So yeah, that was a big problem. Here we have 30 Seconds to Mars with their album. It's the end of the world, but it's a beautiful day. This is as I want to say band is not what they used to be. I got into them when I heard that album, A Beautiful Lie. I was really surprised, like, wow, Jared Leto makes some pretty decent music. It's not that bad with that song The Kill and everything. It was well crafted and everything, but I think because a lot of members have left and it's just him and his brother, there's not a lot of outside input, and it just felt like this album was very hollow, empty, and derivative. But I was really happy that it was short, only 30 minutes. So that's one good thing. Next, we have Grim Crypt with their album Reborn. This is a solo artist out from Brazil. He hit me up for a review. And up until recently, this was going to be my worst album of the year because it's really rough in terms of like, he's got a lot of different styles going on here. And I think he's still learning to play guitar. He's still figuring things out because a lot of it's just really random genres and very weird transitions, and it was really hard to get through because it's just a mess of DIY style production and everything. So but fortunately there was something worse than him. So, and anything, I would say Grim Crypt, at least he's making music. I can respect that so much. He's putting in the work compared to this first person, which Little Pump with his album LP2. It's just bad on so many levels. Production, trash. Content, abysmal. Performances, terrible. Nothing of redeemable quality here. It's just bad. And the biggest thing that it gripes me a lot, big conversation, like he's of Latino, Hispanic descent, dropping N-bombs left and right. And it's just like that killed a lot of my vibe. And that's not even content, and not even other content I didn't like. I was just, a lot of it was just like, yeah, you shouldn't be doing that, homie. Yeah, not feeling this album. But yeah, those are my top 10 albums that I did not really feel too much this year. Let me know how you feel about these albums, and tell me what you thought were not the best. And let's dialogue and discuss. Till next time, guys. Bye.
When you're gone, I'll tell them my religion's you. When